It's September 14th. We're at the baby bull stand. We got in the stand about 3:30, spooked some deer off the lick, which never is a good sign. But I've seen a lot of deer here last year, so we're hoping something comes in and Jolene can get a shot at it.
Well, we'd been on the stand about 2 hours and we had a deer come in behind us and winded us and started starting like crazy, so that was a little disappointing. But then about 7:30 I heard a little noise from my left and out walked this doe right here, and she actually had us pegged for probably a good 5 minutes, looking right up at us, stamping her feet like crazy, looking up at us, doing the head bob and everything, and we just tried to stay as motionless as we could, and she eventually figured things were okay and she went to the lick, and she probably wasn't there a minute when her buddies came to join her, another doe and a young fawn. And then it was just a matter of time of hoping that one of them would present a shot and we'd be able to get our bow drawn back, or Jolene would, to get a shot. They were still, as you can see from the film, pretty cagey still, and so it was touch and go whether or not we were going to get a shot. The deer here are at about 15 yards. We're pretty high up in the stand, so it's quite a steep angle down. I'm on the left side of the tree and Jolene's on the right side of the tree, and I'm filming, so they look a little bit more broadside to me than to her. They're still pretty steep quartering toward her, so they're not giving her any shots. If you watch right here, it looks like the big doe pegged us again. She was just looking right at us and she started to back away, and I thought the deal was up then. Now the other doe starts to get nervous, so I'm thinking, nah, they're gone. Right here I told Jolene to draw her bow, and she did. Unfortunately, she wasn't broadside for very long, and then she started to walk away from us, and I thought, oh, we're not going to get a shot, but Jolene kept being at full draw. And then sure enough, she turned back toward the lick and gave Jolene a really good angle to shoot at. Now it's just a case of figuring out which deer to aim at and making the shot.
Say the middle one.
No, I didn't.
The second one.
What?
I said the second one a couple of times.
I didn't hear that. But then did you hear me say to you the middle one?
No.
So is this going to be another one that's hard?
It's hard to say. I mean, you hit it. You might hit it a bit too forward, and hit it in the shoulder. You didn't get a lot of penetration, but it might have gone and hit the opposite shoulder.
So which could mean it's in a lung.
Yeah.
She had that like forward though.
Yeah, we'll look at the film and we'll see. I didn't think we were going to get a shot at all. Like they knew something was up.
Yeah, I know. I didn't really know if I should take it, but my arm was getting tired and she stood still, so.
Yeah. Well, I'm just going to look at the film right now and see.
Well, I looked at the video. It was a bit hard to tell, but it looked like she definitely could have got her right behind the shoulder, so I was hopeful that that's what we'd find.
Well, so I just got my first doe with my bow, and I'm pretty stoked. Super stoked, actually. 3 deer came in, 2 doe and a fawn. And I think that they kind of had an idea we were there. They are super skittish, and this one presented me with a shot, and we tracked her about 100 yards, and we found her, and I am very excited. Thank you, Aaron.
I was more excited. I think the tree was shaking pretty hard from
Yeah,
me.
it's pretty rad.
She made a perfect shot right behind the shoulder. It worked perfectly.
I was nervous I didn't, so I'm very glad I did.
Yep, that
Yeah.
was awesome. So now we gotta
Now more learning begins.
clean her and get her home.